Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Welcome to day 15 of the Mountain Culture Advent Box. So it's the second last beer for the box. They don't have the Christmas Day one like the Carwin Cellars one does. Mind you, that was an add-on, a big Magnum boy I had to pay extra for. Looking forward to it. So I've already seen what tomorrow's beer is, and I'm somewhat excited. Today's is pretty good too, but I'm a little hazed out. So yeah, tomorrow's is going to be very exciting. Cheers, Joe. Good to see you, brother. Hopefully your holidays are going well. I've got to get back to you with a message too about some places to check out in Melbourne too. So today's is a microdosed New England IPA at 8.8% in a 500ml tin called Feedback Loop. Pretty trippy artwork. And yeah, the Microdose series was very popular, I remember. Apparently very intensive when it comes to the brewers, like a lot of extra labour for them, but apparently the triple dry hop's even worse for them. Because yeah, I remember they had the Macrodose, the Microdose, and then they had the triple dry hop series. So this one is Citra, Centennial, and Motueka. Pretty cool. So what do you got there? 2 American hops, 1 Kiwi. Let's get into it. I've got my favourite Mountain Culture glass. The blue yellow label logo, should I say? I love the fact that it's like a cockatoo / mountains. It's pretty cool. So let's get it. So yeah, second beer for the day. I work mornings this week, which yeah, it's not too bad doing mornings. My favourite shift's nights, especially when it comes to hanging out with my US beer friends and stuff. Like, yeah, I come home from work and it's like there's plenty on. This one looks immaculate. So it's like a bright orange. Probably 1 to 2 finger head. Very hazy. Carbonation's pretty light. Yeah, it's got that like medium to full body look about it. It looks the part. It looks incredible. Just like the can artwork. And I don't even know what that is, but it's pretty trippy. It's like one of those patterns where it just goes on and on and on. Anyway, let's go with. And my little my little doggo joined me in the last stream. It was pretty funny. They don't know it, but on the way home from work, I bought them some presents. And let's just say that Hop Nation Brewing have some dog beers. So yeah, they've got a couple of dog beers each and a couple of bones. They're gonna love it. I don't normally buy presents for my dogs. It's just I thought this year I will because I don't have any humans to buy for or any humans to buy for me. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna spoil my dogs. Geez, this looks good. I would actually say full-bodied more than medium to full. It looks like it's just thick, smooth and creamy. Let's go a whiff. I know it's going to be good. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, for sure. You got to check it out, dude. They do good pizzas as well, and really good people. Pat, like DJ, the owner is an absolute legend. Pat's sort of like the face of the company. Like, yeah, he's just a very outgoing, boisterous Aussie. Whereas like DJ's American, and him and Harriet's his wife. Harriet's Australian. Harriet's sort of silly and like gets right into the whole marketing stuff and that. DJ's pretty chilled. DJ's always just like giggling and stuff. Whereas yeah, Pat's like an entertainer. Like he loves just chatting to everyone. And yeah, like I remember when they did Juicy Festival up in Brisbane, they were dressed up as Dumb and Dumber in the orange and blue suits. And I seen DJ and he spotted me, and we've like sort of went running to each other because I know him fairly well. And I go, "How are you, DJ brother? That suit is fucking amazing." And he goes, "Some cunt stole my stole his cane. Some cunt stole my cane." And he said it like real like sort of cheekily. And then we're like, "Oh, let's get him. Where's the cane? Let's fuck him up." It was so cool though. Like, yeah, just they're both like real silly characters. Like when they had their own festival and called it the Roush Beer Festival, and every brewery there was like top class, and they called it Roush Beer because it's like the most abstract like beer to have a festival around. So every brewery had to come up with a smoked beer. And like a lot of them are like, "Oh, that's cool," and then the others are like, "Oh, fuck, this is shit. Like this is not what we're used to." But yeah, so they'd have a smoked beer, and then they'd just bring like two or three of their other beers. And it was just such a rad festival. And I was VIP, so I didn't have to pay for anything. I'm just walking around smashing beers. I probably had like 50 tasters, I reckon. I was done. Anyway, I'm going a whiff of this bad boy. And cheers to everyone that's Stewie. I didn't say hello. Good to see you, brother. 4.7 for this beer, just on presentation and aroma and just what I know about it. I feel like you could be on it with this one. Have a look at it. And my camera's shit. That looks immaculate. Pardon my dogs too. They're very, what can I say, erratic. Yeah, it will. My record is at Gabs. Gabs is like the best beer festival ever. It's like where you get all the real abstract beers. So many breweries there. Fucking awesome old building. I've been going to Gabs for like 10 years now, I reckon. Every year I do it. My record, I think I did 70 something tasters in a session. And I was very drunk. And I remember it was around the time when I first started getting real tired from doing shift work. And I planned to come home that night, and I was doing pretty well. But but then I fell asleep on a tram that goes round and round the city, and I ended up in St Kilda, and then when I woke up, it was like there was no more trams going back. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, Stumpaholic. How are you, brother? The old doggos. Yeah, they're up and about. The last stream I did. Oh, here we go. He's gonna do it. I'll move your comment. Oh, you fucking up. There we go. He's doing it on demand. Look at this. Hey, brother. Love him. He's my little one. How are you, buddy? You want to be on YouTube? Yeah, every time I've said something about dogs today, he keeps coming up on the camera. What you doing, buddy? Stare through their souls. There you go. You want a beer? You want a NEIPA? You're gonna get a dog beer on Christmas. You spoiled brat. He's like real affectionate today. It's like, yeah, sometimes when I've had a few days off work and then I go back to work and they just hate like that I'm not around. What are you doing, bro? You're making me uncomfortable. Move it. You want to smell? Ooh, what are your thoughts? Give us your thoughts. What's it smell like? Say hello to the fan. Yeah, they're such good creatures. I love dogs more than humans. Yeah. Yeah, it's good like that. It's a bit like me, like as I've got a bit older and the beard's been around for a while, I've got like the grey in the sides, and that's what he's like. It's funny. So yeah, I just like I don't know why, but when I was walking home today from work, I walked past the dog shop, like the pet. It's like a big pet supply store, and I remembered someone saying they had dog beers there. I'm like, oh, I've so got to get some and like try them out, like give them to them for Christmas. What I want to try and do is it'd be cool to do it as like a YouTube short, having the boys drinking beers and then show me drinking one. It'd be cool. It'd be an awesome short if I could have it sort of so we're all laying down on the ground, maybe outside in the backyard, and I'll have it so I've got a bowl with beer in it, and then either side of me they have theirs, and then we're all just going. So I don't even think I'd smelt this beer yet, and I just had a taste. The dogs have, yeah, I can't even think of what I'm saying there. Anyway, I'm going to smell it. Very tropical. Yeah. Like the dog beers, they're like, yeah, chicken broth and all that sort of stuff. There's one of them was called, I got four beers all up, so I'll give them like two each. And there was a chicken and a beef one, so that'll just be whichever I'll give to them. One will get chicken, one will get beef. But then there was one that was the active dog and one that was the calming. And I thought, oh, well, they're both very active. But now that Angus is real old, I'll give him the calming one. And I'll give, Jack, who you just seen, I'll give him the active. It's just cool though that they're done by like a proper like craft brewery. Hey, what's going on? You right, bro? So yeah, I'm smelling like really sweet. It's got that sweet, like it smells like like mixed berries, like really sweet with like, I don't know, like maybe passion fruit. It's got like a lemon lime thing going on, like orange, maybe like tangerine. It's definitely really like punchy fruit. What pups, like what dogs did you have, Thumpaholic? And Stewie, did I hear you doing like a little fitness thing when I chimed into your stream earlier and you said something about getting fit? I only got in there quick because I was on my coffee break at work. You're definitely getting like sweet berry, like candy citrus, passion fruit, maybe mango, like a touch of like, there's some stone fruit as well. Oh, it's very complex flavor. As far as the base goes, I'd say like white bready, and like sort of like your digestive biscuits. It seems like the sort of beer that would be like packed with like oats and wheat and stuff. It's very full bodied, very smooth and creamy. Shout out to Alex, the beer master, our beer community mascot. I love that kid. So yeah, what I'm meant to do today, because I've got all this American hype, I need to like compile a list of it and send it out to my US beer reviewer mates, so then we can see if anyone can do some like duo reviews or trios, or because a lot of it's sort of hype stuff and depends where people live. Some can get some of it, but then there might be some that's possibly a little bit old now, so it might be harder to get. And then there's some that's rare as fuck, and even the US guys can't get it. I was just lucky to stumble upon some of it. But yeah, have a look at that. Ooh. Delicious. Got to remember to wash some clothes tonight, as it is nearly 5 p.m. and I haven't put them on, and I've still got to dry them as well. I might be up shit creek there. So yeah, here it is. A couple of days ago, it was like in American terms, like 100 degrees Fahrenheit, even hotter, and now it's down around like 60 just within a few days. It's ridiculous. What's going on, Jackie? Ever since you joined, everyone's went quiet. Did you scare them away, big fella? One more day. So yeah, I get Christmas Day off through till the 2nd of Jan, which is a lot better than normal. Yeah, bro. Appreciate it. Where are you watching from? Are you at family's house in Melbourne? And yeah, I remember you saying that when it comes to places you want to visit, you're not right into the craft venues, like just more places where you can get sort of a vast array of like European stuff and that. So that sort of like, yeah, made me have to think outside the box a bit more. Cheers, you bloody wallaby whacking marsupial mutt face. How are you, Ghost? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you still around. Yeah, that's what you want. You gotta, when you get out and about, you gotta try the local, not only the local cuisine or the local ladies, but the local beers. You gotta get amongst it. Cool. Yeah. I missed, actually, I can't really say I've ever had a big amount of time off over Christmas. It would have just been when I was a kid. So even teenage years, I used to work at Target. I used to work at Target as like a young fella. I'd either work in the music and gaming section, or I'd be in like the toys section. And it was just fucking mayhem. Like this time of the year, there's no way you'd get a day off. The only day off you'd get is like Christmas Eve. I'd have to, I'd have to turn up to work Boxing Day at like 6 a.m. and work till like fucking 6 p.m. It was torture. But we used to get paid really good money, like for what we did. It was funny, like me and my best mate, like we met through work as kids at Target, and like yeah, just some of the memories I've got. Like we'd be up on the ladder putting posters up, and we'd be like hungover as fuck, and we're like, this is so shit, but we're getting paid like $60 an hour, and we're kids. So we'd just be like joking about it the whole time and just laughing and giggling. And yeah, like I miss those days where life was a bit more simple. Like still living with your parents. Like, yeah, every bit of money is sort of earned. You'd either save it or you'd spend it. You didn't have to worry about fucking all the bills and yeah, just like putting food on the table and all that sort of shit. Like it was an awesome life. Like I was at the beach nearly every day. I'd be footy time, like winter I'd be kicking the footy. Summertime I'd be playing cricket or tennis. Like I'd always be shooting basketball, like just always outside doing shit. I'd play games, but normally it would be like if it was shit weather or like late at night. I was just one of those kids that was always active. I definitely miss those days. Like, that was the as a kid, you're like, oh, I just want to grow up and work and do my own thing. But now you think back and go, fuck, you had it good back in the day. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I work for a company that's in the dairy food industry, and obviously, like summertime, sort of our busier period. So, I mean, most of the high flyers in the company they get the time off just because they're who they are. Pretty much everyone else is working. Like it doesn't really worry me because I don't know. Like you probably haven't heard much, Joe, but I've got a lot of issues with my family, unfortunately, and when it comes to like Christmas time and that, I'm pretty much just by myself. It's pretty grim for me. Like I sort of, if anything, I hate it. Like I just want it to be over, and like I feel, but I do I embrace Christmas normally. Like when I was younger and that, I loved it, and I want others to enjoy it. So when it comes to work and like there's young ones, like people my age that have like young families and that, it's like I want them to be celebrating Christmas and enjoying it. Whereas someone like me, it's like I would sacrifice work. I would work for that person so they then get it off and can lap it up because I feel like, well, it, I don't need to be at home. I could just keep working. Whereas I'd want that person to enjoy the time off. But like I was always raised to like think about others around me, and I just feel like the newer generation are very selfish. But yeah, it's like it's a different world. Like yeah, I'm not going to go into not going to go into work and what's going on and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, let's just say I would have been a lot more successful 20, 30 years ago than today, just with like the way the world's changed. Yeah. And one thing that's awesome, Joe, is Paul and Michelle. They've like really embraced it, and they're like, "Oh, well, whatever you want to do, we'll like share our Christmas with you," sort of thing. I've had a few other people sort of reach out like that. Yeah, it's like it's cool with Paul and Michelle because I feel like they've really taken to me. Like they treat me like it's almost like an elder son or something like that. Like Michelle just really embraces the whole Australian thing, and yeah, I love how she's got that sort of, even though she gets real pissed sometimes and makes a bit of a dick of herself. I mean, Paul's the same. I think deep down they're really good people, and she's got that real like motherly, like nurture, take care of you sort of thing. And yeah, you'll hear her all the time saying, "I love Sammy, I love Australians." Like, yeah, like it's it's funny, like just hearing it all the time. So yeah, Christmas Day. I think it's going to be Christmas morning for them. I think they're going live. And I think we're going to talk about maybe doing a joint thing now. I think so. Yeah, I've just got to organise. I've got plenty of good beers for Christmas. Um, I just need to organise some food, and yeah, when it comes to like I'll chuck on a Santa hat, and I'm sure they'll have some music going or some shenanigans. But yeah, a lot of people have reached out because they sort of know my situation, and it's like, yeah, like I've got. It's good on like with YouTube and the beer community and that because I've got plenty of mates and like, yeah, when it comes to tough times and that, everyone sort of reaches out and like looks out for each other, and yeah, it's good. I definitely feel the love. I just wish I got more of that love in like real life from my own family and not just from like beer people and friends and shit. Yeah, exactly. And that's what's good with Paul and Michelle. Like, in all honesty, Paul's knowledge of beer, it's not as like intense as someone like mine. But like they've got that sort of wholesome content because they're like a husband and wife and they're just chilling in their shed and like it sort of brings a new dynamic and yeah, it's cool. Like I love the fact that yeah, he finds some really trash beers that I can't stand. He loves them and he'll like stand by them like that Blanc. He's like, oh, it's so good. It's like I know you hate it, Sammy, but I fucking love it. And I love the fact that he'll just stand by it and doesn't care if I pay out on him. Like it's good. But yeah, there's plenty of people out there with like good beer content. I mean, yeah, like obviously a lot of channels out there with different stuff. I've been watching heaps of travel stuff. I've been watching food stuff, even like sort of comedy and like skits and yeah. See, like some of my mates that are really good with like technology and like filming, and it'd be cool to like. I feel like if I was in a duo or a trio with like some different people, it would like be it would make for a really good dynamic because I'm definitely the person that's good at like talking to people and yeah, like I feel like I'm decent when it comes to like questions and responding and listening and yeah, like my knowledge is pretty decent and like I certainly don't stumble, like I'm not nervous on camera or anything like that. And then you'll get some people that are a bit quieter and they sort of not as free flowing, they're not sure what to say, but their editing or their camera work or any of that sort of stuff they're always thinking about and they're immaculate when it comes to that. And I'm like I have no idea of all that sort of shit. So it'd be like good to have sort of people from different like aspects get together. And I've always wanted to do sort of like out and about videos where I go to breweries and like yeah, sit down with the brewer and yeah, sort of like I don't know, get in their heads, like just talk about different stuff and it wouldn't be just your typical questions. There'd be like stuff that's a little bit out there, like yeah, like I like to know sort of like I don't know, like what animal they have at home or like what's the what's the vinyl that they've got that's precious to them that yeah, like yeah, just stuff like that, like what yeah, how do you go with hot sauce? Like just it's just good to ask like real random shit, like mix it up. I was actually considering doing a show where I was gonna just call it Drinks with Sammy and like interview as in just have a guest, not interview, or it's sort of like an interview, but have guests from the beer community and just like yeah, just fired random questions at them and like sort of make them feel comfortable as well, but like share similar beers or share a similar like cheese or chocolate or something like that, and yeah, just and I feel like it'd be a way for people out there to get to know that beer person in a different light instead of just like reviewing beers and Yeah, it's always good to, like, I don't know a bit about the person's childhood or what car they drive. Like, just, yeah, random shit. Even like like an embarrassing story or yeah. Another idea I've got in my head. It's a very random one, but oi, Angus, get out of that. He's found his presents for Christmas. Another one I was thinking of doing. God, they're loud. Was thank God for that. Settle down. This one's all right. He's not as noisy. Yeah. So another one I was thinking of doing is like I've got some books, and they're like one of them's my favourite smash burger place in Melbourne, and it's like an illustrated book. And I thought it'd be funny as fuck to do like story time with Sammy and read the book like I'm reading it to kids. And sit there with like a beer in the book, even like a cigar or something, and reading it like the first short will be like the first 2 pages, and then you got to wait for the next one. And cheers, Luke. Good to see you, brother. How the fuck are you? I haven't watched that the latest one where you talk about what you've been up to with the cafe. I've got to check that out. Hope you're well, dude. I'm just doing my 2 Advent beers at a random time, probably just because I'm on morning shift. But yeah, just talking trash like I normally do. Yeah, the drinks with Sammy thing, Joe, would be cool. And I feel like there'd be like heaps of people who want to be a part of it. Yeah, just I don't know whether I'd just do it so it's just me and the person and yeah, go for like an hour or so, or like do it so it's me and the person starts off and then it turns into like an open panel. I'm not sure. It's just a thing I've been thinking about. How's business been, bro? I could imagine it's fucking cold there. But do you get like busier or quieter sort of over Christmas period? I always find it so weird because like in Australia, like obviously it's summertime, so there's more and more people out and about. But it's also Christmas time, so it's just fucking hectic as. Whereas like, yeah, Northern Hemisphere places, it's less likely for people to be out and about doing stuff just on random days. But like surely Christmas time would be busy with shopping and like in my hometown over sort of what would you say about the 20th of December through to about the 20th of Jan, you cannot get a fucking car park for the like for the hell of what it's just it's a little a little country town on the coast. It fucking triples in population because it's so popular with summer. And yeah, just anywhere you want to go, you fucking lined up for ages in your car. Water, H2O, who needs? I've only had 1.5 beers. I'm just very tired. I only finished work like a few hours ago. Cheers, Vanessa. Good to see you, mate. Tomorrow's beer for the Carwin Cellars will excite you. From what I've seen, I think it was either a bourbon or whiskey barrel aged salted caramel imperial stout. And it was like two of the best breweries here in Australia working together. I was just like, wow, that's going to be immaculate. Oh, cool. So yeah, you're doing a bit of a change up there for when you reopen. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, last summer here in Victoria, Australia was fucking trash. We only had like a string of like, I don't know, a few warm sort of weeks or days. It was very disappointing. So far this year we've had, I don't know, I feel like it's going to be a better summer already. Before Christmas, we've already had sort of a few scorches and a couple of sort of nice strings of days together. I think Christmas Day is meant to be really nice. Yeah, probably a good thing though. A welcome change, especially too, like gives you a chance to rejig shit a little. But yeah, I'm done with that bad boy. Ooh, I do feel like drinking some more. So whether I do another review at some stage, and it won't be Advent related, it'll be something random. It's a possibility. It is only 5:15 in the afternoon, and I got home from work about 2 hours ago. So yeah, I only had two beers. I wouldn't mind three, four, maybe five. See how we go. So this bad boy was number 15 of the Mountain Culture Advent box. So there's only 16 in that. I'm pretty sure tomorrow's is an Imperial Stout as well as the Carlin one. So yeah, this was a microdosed New England IPA at 8.8% called Feedback Loop with very trippy artwork. And a score for this one, I'm going to say 4.6. It is banging. And old mate Stewie's just missed out again with his 4.7. Yeah, very tasty, tropical and citrus, sweet up front, like a white bready, biscuity backbone, touch of stone fruit there. Had a little bit of pine, but yeah, very, very smashable. And yeah, 8.8 is going to get the job done. So yeah, I'll wrap that up there and look out for possibly another stream. I've got some hype in the fridge, but will I do that or something else? Who knows? Thanks for chiming in, peeps. Love yous and see you soon.